Hello, Professor. I am Abhay Tyagi. I am a computer science master's student in CSU East Bay. This video is based on Project 1 final proposal for CS663 computer vision. So, the main motive of this project is to help our farmers to minimize their loss due to crop diseases. So, the main abstract point for this will be using image recognition technology to use after using CNN to automate the image that we can get via camera and to detect whether the plant or the leaf is having any disease or not by seeing the picture, and because the clean green color will be the leaves color. So this is our motive, and for training our data set we are working on these four data. Like first one is ResNet 50. These are pre-defined models in Keras. And for introduction, like we all know that in today's world also around 70% of world's population is living in rural areas. For them, agriculture is their main earning. So in many countries, their crops are destroyed due to pests and diseases. So this is something which innovation takes place. Like using this innovation, we can improve all these things like yield production, productivity will increase, economical. Like I have mentioned before, that 70% of world population is living in depends on agriculture. Crop quality, like if we eat a defective food, then obviously it will harm our health. So crop quality can be increased. Weed detection, it can also help in weed detection, like computer vision or ML can improve detection and discrimination of weeds. So how to detect whether the leaf is healthy or not? A vast species of plant disease display green leaves with bright and even color. And if the leaf color turns to be brown or yellow, then either the plant is in early stage of getting defective or it is defective right now. Only very few species in the world which are bicolored don't show green color. So now we will come to proposal. Like in proposal, the first thing we can do is arranging a data set. Like to arrange a data set is the first priority to train our model. And to get a best accuracy, we should train our model on a reliable data set. The bigger the data set is, the better the output we can get. I have trained this data set over thousands of images, and you can get images from like sources like Kaggle. Using Kaggle, you can get a good quality of data sets. After that, there is performance measurement. How to improve the performance? For this, I have used a LeafNet, CNN based on LeafNet. Like previously, it was used as LXNet model, but it was very complex. So I have used LeafNet to train my data, as the total number of parameter on the LXNet are 60 million. So I have used this parameter to train my data for CNN type. And the result which we can assume or I have got is like it depends on the number of parameter you are taking and the architecture you are following. Like for ResNet 50, the accuracy is around 7%, 70%, but it is using less parameter. I will get back to it later. Now it comes, there are two type of training mechanism, like traditional machine learning and transfer learning. Like traditional machine learning is kind of in which you have raw data, you train the data into, after doing feature engineering, you get outputs like these. And the transfer learning is something in which you use the previous data, like pre-trained. Over here, you can see pre-trained data, pre-trained CNN, and you get different outputs from that. So it is better to use transfer learning. Now comes life cycle of project. Like any project maybe depending on ML, computer vision, deep learning, consist of these steps like data analysis. In this section, we analyze the data, all numerical value, machine value, categorical values. The second is feature engineering. In this section, we handle missing value and remove categorical values. Like uh, for a data set, there is gender, and in gender, there is M for male and F for female. So we write like 0 and 1. So in feature engineering, we deal with these steps. And feature selection is something to reduce the input variable, like which values are necessary for our data to predict something. We put them in our data set. So these are the steps. Like over here, I have used k-means clustering. K-means clustering is an algo like in which there's a cluster forms, like this is cluster 1, cluster 2, and cluster 3. The complexity of k-means classification is NP hard. This is the disadvantage for it, even for a plane. Now comes classification of a model. So a model for getting good images to train our data to tell whether the quality of leaves or plants is good or not, we follow following steps. Like first of all, the main priority is to get a better image. And for better image, there is pre-processing. We get an input image and we have to convert it into a grayscale or rank order filter to reduce the noise, the blur, so that we can get a clear picture. Like, and for image processing, I am using is morphological image processing. It is a collection of non-linear operations for shape and feature of the image. And the most important step is right now, that is model training. To train our model, like first we have done all the above stuff, like collecting images, image processing, and now we will train our data set. So most commonly we use Keras. Keras has provided a number of models based on different parameters. I will show you afterwards. They are predefined models having different number of parameters. So you have to check them one by one, which one is giving better output to you. So like the first architecture I used is ResNet 50. ResNet 50 is a very good model, like to train your data, but the main problem for that is like output accuracy problem. Like it uses an architecture to solve the problem, multiple non-linear layers it contains, but it uses around 25 million parameters, which is not much as compared to a different architecture. I will go back to them. So you will get decent accuracy, like around 70%, which is not more, but for a normal system and for beginning, it is good. So you can see over here, like I will show you the accuracy for that. And now there is the another model architecture I have trained on, that is ResNet 152v2. It came after ResNet 50. So it is a very heavy architecture, like it uses 60 million parameters. Previously in ResNet 50, I used 25 million parameters. It is using 60, almost 3 times. So for those parameters, it is hard to train on normal systems, but you can get accuracy of 95% over there. It may vary for project to project, and it also depends on the output number of data set you are having. Then for just curiosity, I trained my data on Inception v3 architecture. Like it is developed by Google and uses idea of factorization. The main purpose of factorization is to reduce the number of connections and parameters without reducing the efficiency. Like we have seen in previous architecture, ResNet 50, the number of parameter was decreased, so accuracy was also decreased. But here, like you can see, it is having 23 million parameters, and what accuracy it can train up to 0.96. It is having almost 23 million parameter, and accuracy is even more than ResNet 50, 152 v2. So this is something which you can train on normal system also. And then there's a CNN based leaf net mechanism architecture, you can say. So this uses CNN based architecture named leaf node, and it is a disease identification model with simple architecture structure and computation requirements. So previously, this is a new version. Previously we used different kind of architecture for the same. Like it is having 60 million parameter, like in previous ResNet 152 v2, and the accuracy we can get is around 0.98, almost 100%. So, but you cannot train this data on a normal system. So this is the architecture for it. And now comes quiz, just for your people entertainment and to make it interactive. Like I have made a small quiz, like in which if you have gone through the whole content of my PPT, then you can get an idea. Like in which section of project cycle we remove missing values and categorical values. I have mentioned before where we get these values. So it is obviously feature engineering. Like I have given all there in proposal. In feature engineering we manage missing values. And then comes the second quiz, like in the above model training part, which architecture is given best accuracy and having less parameter. Like I have mentioned the surprise, like Inception v3 having only 23 million parameters but giving accuracy of 0.98. It is far ahead. Like let me check if I am giving correct answer. Yeah, that's it. And here is the bibliography and references I have taken to go through this project and to complete task. Like first thing I will tell is this. Like first is Keras. For developers in machine learning, deep learning, AI, you have to go to Keras. Like over here, you can see, like I mentioned before, the data set. This is the data set. Like these are architecture, pre-trained architecture. And like I have used ResNet 50. It is having 25 million parameters. But accuracy, obviously, you have to, you will get less accuracy. Then I have trained on ResNet 152 v2. It is having 60 million parameter. Accuracy is higher. And where is that surprise Inception v3? It is here 23 million parameters. So there are a number of parameters that you can train your data, and out of that you can choose whichever is giving better output. Like if you have normal system, then you can train on ResNet 50, maybe on Inception v3, and maybe ResNet 50 v2. But if you have a good system with having internal GPU, then go for like this NestNet large. And all these kind of stuff you can get on Kaggle. Like all these optimizers metrics, which metrics to use to follow different steps, all these kind of things. And now my second reference, like data set. I mentioned before, to get a good image, good output, you have to follow a proper data set. Like I have given the data set on Kaggle. Like this is the data set which I have followed. This is, you can also train your data using these data sets. Then for theoretical part of my project or agriculture history, like I mentioned before, like I have used Wikipedia, and for theory, I have used these things. And to train your model to get an idea which one will give better, how to use them, you can go to this site. And I have used this paper for plant disease detection using image processing. And this, and one more thing I want to tell, like everything is having some advantages and disadvantages. Like for advantage, Like obviously I have told before, implementation of this project can help our farmers to grow more healthy and efficient crop, like crop disease detection. If one can detect any disease in early stage, then we can eliminate it using proper fertilization and precautions. Our health, like if I have mentioned, like if the health of plants or crop is good, they are healthy, then obviously after eating food from those plants, we will get healthy food. So we have to deal with that also. And economical, as I mentioned, like 70% of population is living in rural areas, depends on agriculture of food, like crops and all those things. And majority of those farmers like deal with the problems like their crop is destroyed, uh, pesticides, all these kind of things. So using this technique, definitely we can help them to minimize their loss. Like future scope, what we can, there is a problem right now. Mm, there is a problem for that. Give me a second. Like, but I will tell you for that. Like, future scope will be like government can help farmers to implement these things. Like, without the help of government, it will be very tough for small farmers to implement like expensive drones and cameras in their farms. So government can help them. Secondly, knowledge sharing, government can guide them how to do these things, how to deal with the cameras and all these kind of things, the benefits they can get using these technologies. So this is something which you can deal with, and that's it, guys. I've told almost everything. Thank you.